Somewhere around day 9, I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. Not because I looked different, because I felt like I was wearing someone else's life. 30 days ago, I decided I was going to become my highest self. Better habits, better focus, better everything. I thought the hardest part would be discipline. I was wrong. The hardest part was realizing that becoming who I wanted to be meant murdering who I already was. Nobody warns you about that part. The first week felt incredible. Waking up early, following through, feeling proud of myself in a way I hadn't in years. But underneath the momentum, something else was quietly building. A pull. Some mornings I'd catch myself standing in front of the fridge at midnight, phone in hand, scrolling toward the old version of me like it was calling me home. Not because that version was happier, because he was familiar. That's the part nobody tells you about becoming someone new. It doesn't feel like growth. At first, it feels like grief. Here's what was actually happening. Your brain doesn't care if you're happy, it cares if you're predictable. Every version of you that you've ever been, even the ones you hate, kept you alive long enough to read this sentence. So when you start becoming someone new, your nervous system doesn't file that under progress. It files it under danger. That's why discipline can feel like loss. You're not just building new habits, you're evicting a self your own mind has spent years guarding. By day 14, the exhaustion wasn't physical. I'd finish a productive day and still feel hollow, like I'd won a fight nobody clapped for. One part of me kept pushing forward, another part kept whispering the same 4 words. Who do you think you are? That voice wasn't cruel, it was loyal. It was just loyal to someone I was trying to stop being. This is the part that almost broke me. Not the quitting, the staying. Because staying meant grieving a version of myself that used to feel like home, even when that home was falling apart. There's a reason people sabotage themselves the exact week things start working. It's not fear of failure, it's fear of arrival. Because if the new identity sticks, the old one has to die, and some part of you has been loyal to that old one your entire life. So what changed? Around day 22, I stopped trying to force a new identity into place. I stopped performing confidence and started just watching myself move through the day. And I noticed the old reactions weren't firing as fast anymore, not because I fixed myself. Because the old self simply didn't fit the moment anymore, the way a childhood bedroom feels too small when you visit as an adult. Here's what I actually learned. Discomfort isn't proof you're failing, it's usually proof something real is shifting underneath you. Motivation was never the problem, self-image was. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you sink to the level of the identity you secretly still believe is true. And that voice that keeps sabotaging your progress isn't your enemy, it's just outdated security software, still running, still trying to protect a version of you that no longer exists. But here's the part I didn't expect. The old self doesn't disappear when you grow, it goes quiet. And every time life gets hard again, it offers to come back, gently, like an old friend with bad advice. If there's one thing I tell you before you try to become your highest self, it's this. It will not feel like becoming. It will feel like losing yourself first. That feeling isn't the process breaking. That's the process working. If this made you look at yourself a little differently, there's another video that goes even deeper into why your own mind fights the growth you're chasing. Watch that one next and subscribe, because the version of you that's still figuring this out deserves to see it.